Alright guys, so in today's daily Tesla video, we're going to be talking about Tesla stock today on just the closing for April 30th and kind of what's been going on. So the stock gapped up a ton in pre-market trading in yesterday's session, and that was due to that pretty positive earnings report. So I posted it. If you guys want some more information on that earnings report, be sure to check out my previous video. So after the stock was up pretty big, we seem to have lost quite a bit of those gains that we basically had gotten, and the stock had been all the way up at around $870 and actually ended up closing at the end of the session down a lot. So a lot of those gains have been given back, and now in after hours trading, we're down to around $765, guys. So what really happened? So there's an article published on Business Insider. It says famed short seller David Einhorn calls out Tesla's billing practices again, erasing the stock's post-earning gains. So as you can see here, it says David Einhorn of Greenlight Capital called out Tesla on Thursday. Einhorn has repeatedly asked questions on Tesla's accounting practices, specifically accounts receivable, and the stock fell as much as 3% Thursday, erasing a post-earnings gain from earlier in the day. So it says David Einhorn of Greenlight Capital is again taking to Twitter to call out Tesla's accounting practices in a message directed at Elon Musk. He says, "Dear Elon, I guess the offer of a factory tour was never serious. I remain curious about your accounts receivable." And then it says, in the latest drama between the short seller and automaker's CEO, Einhorn told Musk he was beginning to wonder whether your accounts receivable exist, and asked again to meet with Chief Financial Officer Zach Kirkhorn and tour the facilities. It says Tesla's claim for why there are so many for a product where the customers pay up front was that sales were crazily concentrated in the last days of the month. This quarter ended on a Tuesday. By all accounts, sales were not back-end loaded as most of your market was shut down at the end of March, yet days sales outstanding rose from 18 days to 21 days. So guys, let's talk a little bit more about this. So apparently this short seller obviously has a financial interest in the stock going down, and apparently he took to Twitter and is once again attacking Tesla, basically criticizing them for their accounting practices. So what's basically going on, guys, is that understand this guy has a financial interest in attacking Tesla's accounting practices. And I too have thought it's a little bit weird on how Tesla reports, but they have a unique system where they have customers make a deposit when they're purchasing cars. So their accounts receivable is usually a lot bigger than their upfront income, because for instance, if you wanted to reserve a Cybertruck, I believe you could just reserve a Cybertruck for like $500, and assuming that those people that are going to get the Cybertruck, they're going to pay most of the car with either a car note, or for those that are cash heavy, they can just simply pay for the car in cash. But what he's saying is basically he's saying Tesla is using sketchy accounting to basically temporarily boost their earnings using accounts receivable. And I've been looking at Tesla's balance sheets and cash flow statements and income statements, and I haven't really seen that. So apparently, even though the factory was closed at the end of March, that really doesn't affect their accounts receivable, because people that made a deposit on the car, we don't really know how many cancellations were made, and we really don't know exactly if those consumers actually withdraw their Tesla purchase. Because in my experience, people that buy a Tesla car tend to be a little bit more educated, and they tend to earn more money anyway. And the highly educated people that earned very good incomes, they weren't hurt as much as kind of people that were lower income, less education and things like that. But obviously this basically gave back all the gains that we had from Tesla's awesome earnings report. So the stock is back at support around 760, guys. So for a lot of you guys asking if that you can buy Tesla stock at around $700, well, here's your chance. So obviously that this movement in the stock price was a lot due to this controversy that's going on, and perhaps people were scared that Tesla was involved in an accounting scandal or something like this. So this could be another opportunity, guys. I'm still long term on Tesla. I know this guy has a financial interest. He's a bear. He wants to see the stock go down because he's shorting it. He has puts and things like that. So he wants Tesla stock to go back down to 350. But People said the same thing about Apple. They said the same thing about Amazon. They said Amazon is just a bookstore. They said Apple just makes phones, and they're going to say the same thing about Tesla. They just make cars. So even if this guy is attacking the cars accounts receivable, what about the solar panels? What about the solar roofs? What about all of the things that make Tesla not just their car portion? So once again, attacking a powerful company with a plus $100 billion market cap, a very common tactic used by people that are jealous of other people's success. So for me, this doesn't change anything about Tesla. I'm still long on the stock, and so if you guys ended up selling at the top, that's nice. But I think from you guys who want to buy Tesla stock now, this is another good time to buy. Remember now, we want to think long term on Tesla, not just off of news. So in an instance like this, it would be a good idea to buy shares now if you were thinking, because we're sitting at support. And Tesla's going to do well this year. I think they're going to exceed 500,000 sales and should do much better in the future as well. I'm still sticking to my $3,000 price target by 2025. So that's it for now, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post a daily video on Tesla every Monday through Friday during the weekdays after the market closes with my thoughts on the stock. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care.